20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. I'ma run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Denver Broncos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Come on, fellas.
Ready.
22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Come on. Jack. Let's go.
Now a man whose father won 2 rings as a Bronco. It's Christian McCaffrey. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll run
with McCaffrey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Let's go. Defense. Man up, deep. Like 22, Mike 22.
He'll drop to throw. And oh, what a catch there by Allen. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Exit. 54. Mike 54. Hey, I'm coming. Check. Check 99. Check 99.
Yeah.
Patch it.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
X3, 218, chopper. Check 26, check 26. Hey, Charlie.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there, as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
60 Pittsburgh. Let's
go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Smooth.
Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go. 29 is the mic. Mike.
They're going to look to throw. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him. And
it always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
The Chargers go over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Haywood. 22, Mike 22.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike, go.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Protein spill. Ready?
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 9, here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
3. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Shoot. Set it.
Rock it. Cut. 5.
This is McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Team 6. 22's coming. Mike. Go. Shoot.
Looking to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for L.A. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. Hey, Wahoo.
Mike 5-5. Mike
Go.
Mike 5-5. Coming to you. Coming to you.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh. Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 30.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, Zoo. Greystone, travel. Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. 5 yards on first down. But now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, orbit. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Get it.
Back to throw here. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Tony Jefferson in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
that Charger drive about to get going. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get it done.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dayon Buchanan. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, let go. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
No. 5.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
It's just me. West.
Back to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
218, chop it. Let's see it. Hey, high 7.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Keep playing hard,
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
Let's get it.
The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Chopper! Bravo!
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Check Mike. Check Mike.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the buses.
2nd and 10. Sets up the screen to Gordon. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And McManus able to put it through. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. Get him, get him, get him. Go.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Desmond King making the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Kill. Hey, Delta. Kill. 49, check 49, check 49. 49's the mic, watch 49. Watch the run. Ready.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 26-yard line.
Let's go. 15, Ronnie. 15 line. Protein spill. Check. Switch. Big grip.
Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
They're going to give it to Gordon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. Come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. Like 22, he's coming.
They'll set up to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Watch the screen. 80 weapon. Watch the safety creep. Hey, Charlie. Check 13. Check 13. Fair. Jim. Right up.
They'll set up a throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Too low, check 31.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Ready? Let's go.
Here's Gordon. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. They're all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 24. Hey, stand on. Ready.
Now back to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Right there, 54, right there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Yep. Check hot route. Deep grip.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read. Hey, Alpha.
Pick your game up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Oh, you got deep? Right there.
Now.
54 is Mike.
And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Pick it up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, let's get this. Get this. Out, 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 out. Back, back, back.
You're out.
Kill.
2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
The Chargers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, Wahoo.
They can't hang with us. 36.
Hey, lock it.
Check it backer. Check it backer. Shift, shift.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Go.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Prater, and that will get them 1 closer. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
We've got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Pull it high.
Watch the slam. Watch twist. Watch it go.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 19 yards there on the pickup. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Gordon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 28.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
At the 16-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Well, that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. McCaffrey following the penalty. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Hey, Zoo.
Don't be scared of it.
Like 22, he's coming. 22. Look at me. Zipper. Let's go.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Pittsburgh.
Let's go, defense.
Ready?
Now Gordon on 1st down. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't it? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that really